Hey, 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 Facebook and YouTube, as usual. Let me get Instagram pulled up really quickly and get this going. All right. All right. All right. Hello, hello. Hey, my Instagram fam. How y'all doing? Hey, hey, everyone. Raven Knoll here. I'm mindset coach and counselor, as well as podcast host of the Raven Knoll Show. Shout out to all my replay viewers. If you are replaying this video, please hashtag replay in the comment section and let me know that you are watching the replay. I am so excited to be before you today. For those that don't know who I am or just kind of just getting to know me or getting in front of my material, I am an inner work specialist. That is what I do. That is who I am. And that is the work that I provide. And so I am just so excited to be before you guys today to hang out on this Monday, the top of the week, the start of the week. We are almost through September. I am just like amazed at the fact that we are almost in October. Like this end of the year is going by so fast, y'all. And so I know that you are probably feeling it as well. You're probably like, oh my God, I looked up and what? It is almost October. That is how I feel. Like when my husband's birthday hits, his birthday is September 25th. I know it's like getting to that winter time. It's good. Things are kind of like winding down. Summer is pretty much over. Fall is here, type of thing. But I do enjoy the fall. But thank y'all for joining me at the top of the week. If you are sticking around, if you're joining me, say hello to me in the comment section. I love to be able to engage. I love interacting. I love talking back to those that are viewing me live. So let me know that you're in here. Say hello to me. Put a comment. Say, hey, what's up? Let me know where you're tuning in from. And let me know how your Monday is going. How are you feeling today? Like, are you feeling energized and ready to take the week? Or are you kind of like on that slow bus where it's like, you know what? It's Monday. Monday is Mondaying. And you're already like, oh my God, I'm just not ready for the week. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Julia. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for saying hello to me and rocking and rolling with me on this Monday. I am super excited to be before you all today. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I know there'll be some people that jump in as well. Make sure you stick around to the end of the live as always, because I will be answering your questions as I always do at the end. Okay. So I have been going live a lot this month. You've probably noticed a little bit of an uptick in my live videos, but I've really just been providing a lot of value, insight, and helpful info and tips for female leaders as they maneuver through the pressures and the successes of their personal and professional lives. And so I basically let you ladies know as well that my Mindset to Momentum 8-week intensive is now open for enrollment. And we're actually going to be kicking things off next week, September 28th. And I'm super excited about it. And so I thought today's live, it would be good to let you know more about that program. And so I know that I talk a lot about the program at the end of my lives. I kind of give you this invite to let you know that if it is something that is a good fit for you or you connect with, you can go ahead and apply. But I wanted to actually do a live video detailing out this program a little bit more for you so you can have an understanding of what it looks like when you work with me and what this program is about. Okay. And so I'm going to give you some more information about the program in this live, but I'm going to also let you know exactly how I help you beat burnout, work smarter and not harder. Okay. And so, first and foremost, what is mindset to momentum? And let me just say, I am super excited and I believe so strongly in the results that come from this program. Like, I have put all of my years as a counselor, all of my years of schooling, all of my years of coaching, all of my years of working with clients, and I've put it and packaged it into this program, which I am just super excited about, like I said before. And so, I am currently enrolling and launching this 8-week intensive version. But come 2023, this will be a 6-month program with a 6-month container. Okay. A lot of you know I am with child. And so, because of that, I wanted to be able to work with a small group of women this year in an 8-week intensive version of this program, and then reopen the doors in 2023 for the actual 6-month length program. Okay. And so, Mindset to Momentum is a hands on coaching program for female leaders. Okay. One of the things I talked about maybe a couple or earlier this year, a couple months ago, I really let you guys know that the Lord really burdened me for influencers. And so I actually touched base with a lot of them. I interviewed a lot of them. I talked to a lot of them. And I just realized how important it is to pour into female leaders, and how much support and accountability, and how many people kind of overlook the pressures and stressors that comes with being a female leader, no matter what industry you're in, whether you're an influencer, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, whether you're building a business or a brand. If you are leading in any capacity, there is a lot of pressures and stressors that are associated with that. And so I have a strong burden, as well as I truly believe that I am gifted to work with female leaders. And so I created a hands on coaching program for female leaders who are ready to transform their thinking and achieve their personal and professional goals with a sustainable approach. Okay. I want to put an emphasis on sustainable, because one of the highlights of this program is to help you sustain through whatever it is that you're building, whatever your vision is, however your goals are set up, whatever your career aspirations are. I believe it is important that you are able to sustain through those things. And so that is one of the values of this program. And so, with the sustainable perspective and approach to being a high achieving woman, if you are a female leader, that means that you are a woman that is high achieving. That means that you have a desire of some sort to accomplish things, get things done, and move your goals forward. And so, this program is for female leaders who are ready to ditch overwhelm and finally achieve their goals with ease. I know for a fact that when you are building anything, when you are leading anything, when you have a vision for anything, when you are goal oriented in any way, that there is a sense of overwhelm that comes with, how can I move this forward? How can I truly push this vision forward? How can I stay consistent? How can I be a wife, a mom, and a business owner? How can I do X, Y, and Z? And so there's a lot of overwhelm that's associated with actually just moving the vision forward. And so this program is really going to help you ditch the overwhelm and finally achieve your goals with ease. Now, when I say with ease, I'm not going to say that it's easy. What I'm saying is there's less pressure and less stress. And so there's a lot that I've added to the program to help with that and to actually assist you with that. Okay. One of the things that I am entirely against, y'all, and if you follow any of my material, you're going to know this. I am entirely against the grind and hustle culture. I cannot stand it. I think it is extremely harmful to individuals. I do not think that it helps us in the long run, and I think that it is a mindset that is not healthy. Okay. And so, when you do have that grind and hustle mentality, and that's the way that you're living your life, a lot of times that is going to lead to burnout. That is going to lead to comparison. That is going to lead to mental and emotional health struggles. It's going to lead to mental exhaustion. Like, it's going to lead to toxic stress. There's so many things that hustle and that grind culture creates within ourselves, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And so many people behind the scenes are struggling with anxiety and depression because they're being led by this hustle and grind culture. Okay. Now, there's one thing to enjoy what you do, there is one thing to have a great work ethic, but there's another thing to just have a mentality and a mindset of grinding and hustling at all times to get things done. That is not going to benefit you in the long run. And so inside of my program, we're going to be working through how to shift those types of mindsets to get you into a more healthy thinking pattern. Okay. And so that is one of the reasons why I actually created this program and why I think it's so important. And like I said, I've mentioned this a lot within my stories, within my posts. My approach is not traditional. It really does go against cultural norms, but I'm guaranteeing you in the long run, this is going to help benefit you more than what is being promoted in society and being promoted in the culture. So there are so many female leaders, like I said, out there again, that are struggling behind the scenes. People are not as transparent and vulnerable about their struggles, and they don't have to be. We don't have to tell the world what's going on behind the scenes all the time. But just because you see someone show up in a capacity where they're well polished, where they're well put together, where they have all their brand colors together, where they come to work, tip top shape, it doesn't mean that they're not struggling behind the scenes with things that you are unaware of. And maybe you yourself are struggling too. And so this is one of the reasons why this program was created. So there's a couple of things, many things that, women and female leaders could be struggling with behind the scenes, but sometimes people are wrestling with work addiction. Let's just be real. Work addiction is a real thing. And so we want to call addiction, we want to have all other kind of addictions, but we don't want to look at work as an addiction. There is a such thing as work addiction. And one of the issues with that is when you struggle with work addiction and you struggle with working and grinding and hustling, and you can never turn off your ability to produce and your performance and always having things to do and, accomplishing this and accomplishing that. When you have a work addiction, what's happening is you're finding your value and your identity in your work. I subscribe to a lot of psychiatrists. I subscribe to a lot of psychologists. I subscribe to a lot of neuroscientists. That's just my thing. I love it. I enjoy it. The material, I dissect it. I digest it. I study it. I research it. It just really does light me up. Like I love that type of work. And all addiction is really like a coping mechanism or a defense mechanism to some type of trauma that you experienced in your life. And so we can have addictions to things that are not necessarily classified as addiction. Some people won't see work as an addiction, but it can be an addiction. And so what's happening is within your life, there was some type of value that was taken from you. There was some type of identity crisis that you were in, based on childhood things and different things of that nature, where you didn't find yourself as valuable and you didn't identify, as a valuable source or worthy. And so what you're doing is you're finding that worth and that identity within your work, what you can accomplish, what you can get done, if you can get the applause, if you can, get the award, whatever that looks like for you. And so there is a work addiction that is produced based on those things. And so it's a very unhealthy way of living that so many people, y'all, so many people are struggling, and so many people are battling, especially in this social media age, because you're seeing people make 6 and 7 figures, and you're seeing these social media influencers have thousands of followers. And so you start to see that you want that, or you desire that, or you get a taste of it. And so then you're starting to find your value and your identity in it. But it becomes so unhealthy because now you're working to make up for a deficit of how you feel about yourself, and a deficit of what you really are, how you really find value and worth within yourself. And so I'm not going to go too far into that, but that's one of the reasons why I've created this program as well. Hey, Phoebe. And then also there are a lot of female leaders that are struggling with perfectionism. Y'all, perfectionism is like a huge thing again, especially because of the generation and society that we live in. And so when people are struggling with perfectionism, they have a hard time showing up as them authentically themselves. Okay. And so a lot of this comes from a fear of rejection. A lot of this comes from just a fear of being seen as the truth of who they are. People that are in leadership, women who are strong, women who are high achieving, women who are just kind of more dominant figures and just really authoritative, they don't want to be seen as weak. And so that means I have to put on this facade, or I have to put on this image, or I have to put on this mask to say that I am strong enough, or say that I am capable enough. And so when women struggle with perfectionism, a lot of times you'll see that within them, that they have a hard time even showing a small bit of weakness. There's a huge issue with transparency and vulnerability, and even asking for help. And so that's another struggle that female leaders have. And then thirdly, female leaders also typically struggle with emotional regulation skills. Okay. Okay. And what I mean by this is that you have a hard time properly processing your emotions. And this can look two different ways. Okay. When you have an issue or a hard time properly processing your emotions, this can look two different ways. You can either be overwhelmed very easily, where, your emotions and the things of life and the pressures of life easily get the best of you easily. Or two, you have an issue with suppression, and so because of that, you're very disconnected from your emotions. And so I've seen it two ways. When people have struggles with processing their emotions or emotional regulation skills, you're either going to get easily overwhelmed, where you're just like, "Oh, I'm just a mess all the time, and I just break down easily and I don't know how to process or handle certain things within life, and it can be very difficult for you." Or second, you just completely suppress and disconnect from your emotions altogether. And so those that suppress and disconnect, they typically have an avoidant attachment style, and it causes difficulty with showing emotion, understanding emotion, processing emotion, and even connecting within relationships emotionally. And so this can look, like I said, both ends of the spectrum, y'all, just depending on where you are, depending on your upbringing, depending on what you've had to go through in life. It can produce in different ways. And so these are a couple of reasons, or these are some of the main reasons why I created this program, because I know that these are struggles, and these are active struggles within female leaders. Even if you don't raise your hand and say that's me, even if you're not like, "Ooh, she just came down my alley. She just came down my street." Even if you're not honest enough to say it, when I'm speaking to you, right? And so I know that a lot of female leaders can relate to these different things, okay? And so when you think about mindset, there are so many different moving parts, okay, when it comes to mindset. And there's so many different byproducts of the mind. And so your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your behaviors, your responses, your passions, your drive, your goals, all these things are connected to your mindset. Okay. Every single one of them. And that is why it's important for me inside of my Mindset to Momentum program to touch on all these areas, because what's being produced is an issue of the mind and an issue of mindset. So we want to think about everything else that could be the issue, but I'm giving you what the issue is. I'm telling you, this is the common denominator amongst the things that you may be struggling with. And so I also know that as a female leader, you want to be able to work through all these things, but you also want to be able to continue to lead and achieve your goals. But there's a healthier way to do this. And so I'm not telling you that you need to throw away your goals, you need to throw away what you're doing. What I'm telling you is there's a healthier way to go about your approach, and there's a healthier way so that you don't burn out at the end all be all. Because when you are suppressing your emotions, when you are not properly processing how you feel, when you're dealing with perfectionism or you're dealing with a work addiction, all those different things, you're going to burn out sooner or later. You may not have gotten there yet, but eventually you will end up at burnout. And so, what I'm telling you within this program, what I'm teaching you, and the framework that I've created is helping you to be able to not stop working, not end your goals, not put your goals on the back burner, but to continue to work forward, continue to work um, uh, 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 towards your goals, accomplish things that you want to accomplish in your life, not diminish or dilute your vision, but helping you to work smarter and not harder. Okay. So I hope I was able to break that down for you all. I know it was a very quick overview. But I wanted to give you, just the basis and the foundation of what this looks like to be able to work with me inside the Mindset to Momentum program. Okay. And so, who is this for? All right. Who is this for? So, um, pause really quickly. If you feel like this is something that you're touching base with, or you know someone who needs this information, please send this live to them. Tag them in it. Let them know that I'm on live, because it is my passion and it is my desire to be able to help cultivate and build healthy women, pour into healthy leaders, to really hold them accountable and to do this work. This is beyond like a financial like goal for me. This is something that my heart ties to, and a burden that I truly have for female leaders, and also something that I believe that God has truly called me to be able to do. This is more than just a skill set. This is like a true calling on my life that I'm not only skilled to do professionally and with my education, but something God has also anointed me to do. So there's a twofold thing that's happening here, and I'm telling you, this is something that I truly believe is going to be useful for so many women. Okay, so who is this for? Who is this for? What'd you say? Get to the root cause of the issue. Yes, that is right, Phoebe. So who is this for? This is for female leaders who want to transform their thinking and achieve their personal and professional goals without burning out. Okay, that's number one. Who is this for? That is for that woman. Maybe you're struggling with perfectionism. Maybe you're struggling with work addiction. Maybe you're struggling with self limiting beliefs. Maybe you're struggling with fears on, going to your next level or what your next level actually looks like. Whatever that may be for you, and you want to be able to transform the way that you're thinking about it. So we all typically know when there's an issue of the mind, right? You can point out when your thinking is off. You can point out when there's like a negative thought process to what you're doing or how you're processing. Most people that fill out applications with me that I've worked with in the past or I'm currently working with now, they can tell me, they can point out before they even become a client of mine, there's something off with my thinking. And so you for yourself may know that there's a thought process issue, right? And so if you want to transform that, and you want to transform the way that you're thinking and the way that you're approaching it, and you want to do away with the overwhelm, the discouragement, and the anxiety that's associated, and you want a simple and realistic process to get you there, Mindset to Momentum is that program. Okay. And so this is also for the female leader who is a big dreamer, and you want to make a bigger impact in whatever sector or influence that you feel like you are called to by maximizing your potential. Okay. One of the ways that we do this inside of Mindset to Momentum is that I teach you how to use your mindset as an engine to move you forward. Okay. One of the things that you're going to learn, a skill set of the mind, is to use it as as an engine to move you forward. And so I've completely created curriculum around this to be able to give you a step-by-step approach to this. Some people are not tuned in or locked into how powerful the mind is, how powerful our belief system is, how powerful our thought life is. And so what I'm teaching you inside of this program is to literally be able to unlock that skill set for yourself so you can use your mind as an engine, or your mindset as an engine to move you forward. When you think about a car, right? You can get in a car, you can have a vision of where you want to go, right? You can get in the car and you like, I need to go to the store. I need to go up the street to Target. I need to go to the mall. I need to go to the grocery store or whatnot. You can get in that car and you can have a vision, but you're not going to go anywhere if that engine does not start, right? You are not going to be moving in any forward direction if you put that key in that car and that engine does not start. And so that's the same thing when it comes to us in our lives. You can have goals, you can have great potential, you can have a big vision, you can want to do great things in life. But if your mindset does not move you forward, you're not going anywhere. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. This is not just work ethic, okay? This is not just writing out a vision. This is actually using your mindset to move you forward. There are obstacles that you're going to overcome. There are values that you have to have. There are healthy thinking patterns that you need to be able to move you forward. You need so many different parts of the mind to be able to push you forward. And so you can get in that car all day. You can have a vision for the next year, but if you don't have that engine to move you forward, when you put that key in that ignition, you are not going anywhere. Okay. Let me just keep it real with you. You're not going to be going anywhere. And so, inside of Mindset to Momentum, that is a skill set of the mind that I'm teaching you, and a curriculum focused and based on that. Okay. So, this is also for female leaders who are ready to answer that one pending question you've been asking yourself, that we all ask ourselves. Excuse me. Why am I this way? Now, if you're struggling with internal struggles, common struggles like fear of failure, perfectionism, fear of success, imposter syndrome, personal insecurities, you've probably questioned yourself before, right? As you're reflecting, as you're thinking, if you've tried to move forward in a certain direction and the fear of failure gets the best of you, if you've tried to overcome self limiting beliefs, but you just continue to be stuck, if you're like, oh man, I'm just these insecurities that I have always take the forefront, you've probably questioned, even if you don't say it out loud, you've said something similar or inwardly, like, why am I this way? Why does this keep happening? Why can't I overcome this? Like, what is happening within me that continues to produce the same result? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? For those that's listening, like, am I right or am I wrong? Like, have you questioned this before? Like, give me some feedback. Comment in the comment section for me. Have you ever asked yourself something similar or inwardly or said it out loud? Why am I this way? Like, why is this happening to me? Why can't I break this habit? Why can't I move forward? Why am I still stuck? Like, you question some of these internal obstacles, and you question some of these internal areas that stop you from moving forward. And so inside of mindset to momentum, what I'm helping you do is help you discover and determine the root cause of those issues. Okay, I see y'all. Yes, definitely all the time. You're right. Listen, you question these things. And so, what I want to help you do is discover and determine the root cause of these issues. Okay, we need to determine, why do they continue to be a pain point, and why do they continue to be a stumbling block, and how can you actually overcome them? We're not just going to dive into your past, we need to move you forward. Okay, we need to understand why the fear of failure is an issue. We need to understand why the fear of success is an issue. We need to understand why consistency is an issue. We need to understand why your personal insecurities keep leading. We need to understand why imposter syndrome is an issue. We need to get to the root of this. Why am I this way? And so that's what I'm going to be helping you do. I'm going to be helping you discover and determine the root cause of these issues, okay? Because we don't want them to continue to be pain points. We don't want to continue a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, still questioning the same things. We have to do the work to overcome them if you are truly going to be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life. This is confrontation work. Okay? This is confrontation work. We got to confront the issue. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing inside Mindset to Momentum. All right? All right. So this is also for the female leader who's tired of being the most successful person in her circle. So maybe you want to be surrounded by genuine people that you can connect with that are like-minded. Okay. You want a diverse perspective. You want to make sure that everyone in your circle is not just like you, but that they will genuinely connect and support and encourage you, right? You need different perspectives, because if everybody has the same mindset around you, then there's no opportunity for you to grow, and there's no opportunity for you to see anything different. And so one of the important things about growing as a high achieving woman, or a woman that's a leader, or female leadership in general, is getting around different perspectives. Different perspectives is going to help you be able to move you forward. Okay. And sometimes you feel like, I'm the only one in my circle that's really trying to achieve X, Y, and Z, or I'm the only one that I know in my life that's trying to achieve X, Y, and Z. And that can make leadership lonely. If you're a go-getter, it can be hard to be a go-getter. It can be very hard to do that alone. And so it's important that you are surrounded by genuine connections and those that support you, because everyone won't understand your vision. Everyone won't understand your drive. Everyone won't understand or agree with your determination or your work ethic. Everyone won't support what you're building or what you're doing. And so if you have an issue or a deficit in that area, then it's important that you do put yourself around like-minded women who have who have relatable or similar goals that they're trying to achieve, even if it's not the same, but there's a like-mindedness there, right? So, sometimes heck, we question like your own goals or your own visions. You're like, man, you're like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I dreaming this big? Or how can I actually make this happen? And so sometimes that also, when you are around like-minded women, they can push you, they can support you, they can find the blind spots for you, they can make sure that they hold you accountable as well. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to actually transition from doing one-on-one services back to group, because I feel that it's important that female leaders are amongst other female leaders, no matter what area you're leading in, right? You could be leading in business, you could be leading in corporate America, you can be leading in so many different capacities, but ultimately I believe that it's important that female leaders are amongst female leaders, again, who are like-minded and supportive, especially if you are the first to do what you're doing. Especially if you are the first to do what you're doing. If you're the first in your generation, excuse me, on your family line to do what you're doing and to go after something big and actually achieve it, you need to be around some like-minded people that can really help support and push you, okay? So this is also for the female leader who is decisive and ready to take action right now. Okay. So if you are ready to prioritize your well being and invest in your mental and emotional health as you are building your brand and business, as you are climbing the corporate ladder, as you are just leading in general, mindset to momentum is a program for female leaders who are ready to take action. Okay. I want to be able to work with women who are ready to take action, who have made a decision that this is what I want to move forward in and this is how I want to grow. I don't want to have to push you and drag you along and try to what I mean, like get you going. If that's the case, if you feel so stuck that you have no fire or no and you're not ignited at all, then this program isn't for you. It may be a little bit too advanced. But for those who are like, I'm ready to dive in, I'm ready to get going, I'm ready to move forward, I've made my mind up, like I'm tired of X, Y, and Z, and this is the time to do it, then those are the type of women that I prefer to work with inside of Mindset to Momentum. Okay. And so this is also for female leaders who want to stop sacrificing their needs for the sake of a career or other commitments and or responsibilities, and learn to choose themselves first, okay? Couple things on this. Number 1, as a female leader, I already know that you're probably juggling a lot of responsibilities. And because of that, a lot of times we can put ourselves on the back burner because there's so many other things that require our attention and need us to be there, whether that's family, whether that's our household, or whatever other commitments we said yes to. And so a lot of times we'll choose those things or those people over ourselves. And so one of the things that I'm helping you do in Mindset to Momentum is to stop sacrificing you for your commitments. I'm not telling you to drop your commitments in a sense, but what I'm helping you do is to reprioritize those things in your life, okay? And then also, the second thing, one of the focuses in Mindset to Momentum is something that is quite contrary to culture and what you're probably going to see other coaches and strategists do or say or tell you or recommend, okay? But our focus inside of Mindset to Momentum is not to live a goal oriented life. Our focus inside of Mindset to Momentum is not to go after what you're passionate about. Okay. My focus and Mindset to Momentum for you and every client that I work with is to live a value focused lifestyle. Okay. And that means in your career, your aspirations, all that stuff. We want to be led by our values, okay? And within those value groups, your goals and your passions will lie, okay? What we're going to do inside Mindset to Momentum is create value groups. And inside those value groups, then we will group your goals and your passions. Because here's the thing, your passions over time will change, okay? I used to be passionate, strongly passionate, very passionate about working with people one on one. I used to love it. I used to be passionate about it. It was my thing. I wanted to really dig deep with people one on one, and I really just wanted to be able to dive deep into material and all this different stuff with women one on one. That used to be my passion, right? In a therapy way, a therapeutic way, and in counseling, like that was my thing, right? Now, my passion is more so doing things in a group format. I like to teach and I like to train. I like to develop. I like to speak. I want to do things on a bigger scale rather than one on one. I want to help people in a greater magnitude. I think that group coaching programs are very beneficial because not only do you get my perspective, but you get the perspective of all the other women that are in the program. There's a lot of more support, a lot more accountability. Um, it's just a lot more beneficial. I also like to teach and train. That is one of the things that I am more passionate about more than anything now. And so, if I was following my passions and my passions alone, I would be going on an up and down roller coaster. But if you allow your values to lead you, one of the things that I value is health, mental and emotional health. So, no matter where you find me, I'm going to be bucketed within that aspect, right? No matter where I'm at in life, you're always going to find that there's some aspect of mental and emotional health, whether I'm teaching it, whether I'm working with clients, whether I'm on stage speaking about it, there's going to be an aspect of that. So, what I want to help you do inside of Mindset to Momentum is truly be led by your value system, creating value groups that you can then bucket your goals and your passions. As long as you align with your values, then that also helps you not to work so hard, because when we go after passions and we go after goals, sometimes that mindset of getting it done and accomplishing it by a certain time and all these different things that we put on ourselves, all these different stressors that we put on ourselves can really cause us to overwork and just do all kind of different things that in the long run doesn't benefit us. But when we led by our values, it gives us more of an ease to our approach and how we're actually accomplishing things. Okay, so that is who this Mindset to Momentum program is for. This is who it's not for. Okay. If I got to give it, I got to give you who it's not for. If I give it to you who it's for, I got to give it to you who it's not for. Okay. So it's not for people who want to remain comfortable and don't like to be challenged. I am a confrontational person in a sense of we're going to confront the issues that are holding you back. We're not going to pacify them. We're not going to patty cake with them. We're going to confront them. So if you want to stay comfortable and you don't like to be challenged, I'm probably not the person that you want to work with. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Because ultimately, transformation requires confrontation. Period. Transformation requires confrontation. If you are desiring to transform in any way, facet, or form, you're going to have to confront something. Okay. And so within this program, you have to be willing to confront unhealthy mindsets and habits and a couple other things. Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. All right. This is also not for people that have a track record of FTI, failure to implement. If you consume information, but you don't actually do the work to implement the information, this is not going to be for you, because I'm going to challenge you not to only consume, but to implement. Okay. We can't just consume and digest and watch my live and you do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just take all this information, freebie to freebie to freebie, but you don't do anything with the information that's being given to you. We're not implementing, we're not seeing any change. So if you're not implementing, you're not going to see any change. And I'm not taking nobody's money in my programs for them not to see change. And so I'm already going to stop you at the door. I'm going to tell you, if you have a track record of failure to implement, this is not the program for you, because we're going to be doing the work in this program. Okay. So this is also not for people who have never worked with like a counselor, or people who have never worked with a therapist or a coach before. I know that a lot of people know me for my counseling work. I know that people know me for a lot of the soul work that I do, a lot of that aspect of me, but this is not going to be a group therapy session. Okay, so I want to make that clear. We're not going to be focusing on past trauma. We're not going to be focusing on those different things. We're going to be looking at the present barriers. We may discover how they're attached to some of the past trauma, but we're not going to be doing that type of level of deep work in this program. We're going to be looking at present barriers and your future goals. Okay, so if you haven't done any deep work, if you haven't done any type of inner work ever, like ever before, then this program may not be for you because you may get tripped up on some of these areas of being able to thrust you into your future. And so I would prefer those in this program have already done some of that type of work. Okay. So this is also not for people who are beginners or entry level leaders. Okay. You need to have at least 2 to 5 years of experience in a leadership role, whether that's business, within your own business, whether that's in corporate, however you're leading online, social media, whatever that looks like for you. You need to have at least 2 to 5 years of experience because we're not doing entry level beginner work. We're really working with women who have a little bit of tenure within their leadership role. Now, you don't have to be advanced where you have 10, 15 years in the game, but you need to at least have at least 2 to 5 years of experience because you're actually going to have a better outcome within this program, if so. Okay. So, this is also not for people who complain about doing the work and want to be rescued. We're not going to be building any unhealthy codependent relationships in this program. Okay. I am not here to pacify again or patty cake with you about the issues that you are trying to confront. I am here to help and assist, but you have to do the work. And I know that sometimes that work can be hard, that work can be challenging, that work can be rough. But if you are one of those people that's always complaining about having to do the work and you want somebody to come rescue you in that work, this program is not for you. It's going to be a little bit more advanced than that. Okay. So I want you to be able to learn how to confidently make decisions for yourself as the visionary of your life, as the visionary of your business, as the visionary of your career goals, as the visionary person that's creating the vision for yourself. You need to be able to make confident decisions, and you also need to be able to apply strategies within the curriculum for yourself. That's why there's curriculum for you to learn, and that's why we'll have group coaching live sessions to be able to assist and help you. But that those other days that you're not necessarily in those live group coaching programs, or you're not, and you're kind of processing this by yourself, there needs to be a more of a maturity and a level of being able to get things done for you because you have to see this work as valuable. I can tell you all day how valuable the inner work is. I can tell you all day how invaluable it is to implement this curriculum, but you have to do it. And so we will be there to support you, but this will not be a codependent relationship. Okay. All right. So I've detailed out for you who this is for and who this is not for. If you decide that this program is for you and you decide to move forward and join Mindset to Momentum, and you find that it's a good fit and we decide it's a good fit for you as well, we're going to start by scheduling a deep dive call. Okay. That's where we're going to start. Number one, we're going to schedule a deep dive call. And this is where we're going to get clear on your expectations. We're going to discuss things like where you are currently and where you desire to be. And we ensure that you are completely set up and ready to dive into the program curriculum. Okay. So the 8-week intensive is going to be a little bit different than a 6-month program. Because the 8-week intensive, we're actually going to be meeting weekly for 8 weeks. But when we do switch over in 2023 to the 6-month format, it's going to include 3 weekly meetings within a month. Okay. So you're going to get curriculum, but you're also going to get 2 live group coaching calls bi-weekly. And then you're also going to have 1 group mastermind call where we'll focus on masterminding as a group. Okay. So you have your initial deep dive call. You're going to get 2 live group coaching calls per month, as well as a group mastermind call per month. But then we're also going to be doing mid-program check-ins with you on an individual level. Okay. And so that's where you're going to get some focus on as far as where you are, how you're processing through the information, where you're getting tripped up at, how you still need to be able to, move forward, all those different things. Okay. And so this is going to be an 8-step client journey, okay, where you're going to go through an assessment to implementation, okay? It's going to be an 8-step client journey where you'll go through assessment to implementation, and we'll be there to hold you accountable the entire time. So this is not going to be one of those things that we just thrust you in and we're like, figure it out, here's the material, work through it, but we're actually there to hold you accountable and to help you and to process and to work through it with you, okay? And so you can expect easy to digest content. You're going to receive structured workshop style trainings, walking you through the mindset to momentum framework step by step, okay? So we're going to give you the curriculum step by step workshop style training. And the reason why we do that is because I find that it's actually easier for people to digest when they're kind of working with you. So instead of just giving you curriculum where you're listening to this course, or you're listening to a pre-recorded video where it's just giving you all this information, this workshop style training is a little bit better and a little bit easier to digest for people. Okay. And then we're going to be doing high touch coaching. Okay. So you'll receive face to face virtual coaching and study hours to go over your goals, your strategy, and questions about the framework and process that you may have. Okay. So we're going to be making sure there's some face to face virtual coaching for you, as well as study hours to make sure you can deep dive into the areas in which you want to move forward in. And then you can expect, like I said before, and I like to highlight and put an emphasis on, is like minded community. You'll be surrounded by other female leaders just like you who desire to achieve similar goals that you desire to achieve. So inside this group, you'll be able to help track not only your progress, but the progress of other women. You'll be able to support and cheer them on. You'll be able to encourage them, when they have challenges, when they have wins. And then you can just, keep the drive high of moving forward and doing the work that's necessary to overcome some of these barriers and to really accomplish your goals and do what's necessary to move you forward. And so, inside this group as well, we want to make sure that you can stand in your success without apology. Okay. Like, we want to make sure that you feel like you don't have to shrink back when setbacks happen, or when you have great wins. We want to support you. We want to encourage you. We're not here to be jealous or compare. We're here to say, girl, go, girl, go. Like, win, girl, win. Like, that is the basis and the culture that I'm cultivating inside of Mindset to Momentum. So, for this 8-week intensive, I'm only going to be accepting 4 to 5 women to work with me within this small group. But come the 6-month format, we're going to have about 15 to 20 women max. I would say about 15 to 20 women max when the 6-month program actually hits. Okay. So, this is the Mindset to Momentum program. I know I am like completely over the time that I usually, am on. But I needed to detail all this information out for you guys because I know I've been talking about Mindset to Momentum, but you're probably like, I need like a deep dive into what it is. And so this is what Mindset to Momentum is. And this is the program that I've created for you start to finish. And this is the formula that I've created to help you beat burnout and work smarter and not harder. Okay. So this is an application based program. If you are interested in applying, you can go to mindsettomomentum.com and apply and book a call with me. Again, our first session kicks off Wednesday, September 28th. Okay. So that's like next week. So we'll be closing the doors to the program until 2023. The doors will not be reopening until 2023 because I am with child and I'll be taking time off to be able to be with my baby boy and really just adjust to having not just one child, but two, and taking that time to rest and heal and reflect and really prepare myself to dive into this next cohort of women that I'll be able to work with for 6 months. So I am extremely excited. I am overly excited. I am just over the top, like, I just can't wait because I just know the impact that this program is going to have, and I'm just so excited to see the transformations that take place inside of every single woman that is a part. And I'm just very, very excited to partner with women to help move them forward in areas that they feel like they've been stuck and overwhelmed in for so long. And so I just truly believe that there is a different way to go about, how we live our lives, and we don't have to live this hustle and grind culture, and we can still accomplish things that we want to accomplish. So if you are interested, you will need to complete the application and book a call with me ASAP because we are running out of time, y'all. But you can also feel free to DM me mindset if you have questions, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. So if you are a female leader who's ready to ditch overwhelm and finally achieve your goals with ease, let's do this work. All right. All right, y'all. So I'm going to let you chew on that. I'm going to let you digest all that information that I just gave you. I'm going to let you process it all. And if this is a good program for you, you can rewatch this video as many times as you need to or you want to. And you can also DM me questions if you have them. But I am excited to partner with you. I'm excited to work with you if this is a good fit for you. And we'll go from there. So I usually do questions at the end. But y'all, I've been on here, I think, almost an hour at this point. And I'm pretty sure I have detailed this out pretty good. But if you do have questions once I jump off this live, just shoot me a DM with your questions and we can just talk that way. Okay. So if you do have questions after watching this live, shoot me a DM. I am open to clarifying anything that you need clarified. And then again, if you're like, I'm ready to go, let's do this, you can apply at mindset2momentum.com and we'll go from there. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Monday afternoon. I'm going to let you get back to what you need to get back to, and I will talk to you all very